Hey everyone, I hope you're doing really well. It's Reverend Dr. Katie. I'm coming to you with my evening, end of the day look tonight. And I want to talk to you for a few minutes about what it's like to feel spiritually stuck. Now, you're all here. Many of you are in my Facebook group, the Metaphysical Christian. That's where I'm recording this live. Some of you will watch this on replay on YouTube. So come on over to our Facebook group. But you've made it here. Like somehow your journey has brought you here to this particular video. So you're feeling hopefully less stuck than maybe you have in the past. But still, when we are first beginning our journey into metaphysics as Jesus followers, as Christians, it can feel so overwhelming. It's like there's a needle in a haystack. Sometimes we're not even sure where to start. But then it can be that overwhelming can actually lead us to like doing nothing because we have no idea like where do we put our feelers out, and there's so many options. And then that's compounded by the fact that like the metaphysical community doesn't probably really get you. They don't get what your attachment is to Jesus. We see Jesus in a very special way, in a very unique way, and many people in the metaphysical crowd see Jesus in a different way. And then there's kind of the Christian crowd, the mainstream Christian crowd that's like, chakra, no, right, demons. And so that can leave you feeling really, really stuck in the middle. And I get it. And so I want to talk about, let me tell me if this feels right to you, about some of the consequences of that feeling stuck. In addition to we never really shift, we never really move. We may get a little information, we may watch a YouTube video here or there, but we're not actually moving forward and developing our gifts and getting clarity and moving towards our purpose and feeling all that peace. And when we do that day after day, week after week, year after year, sometimes even decade after decade, what manifests in us? I'll tell you what manifests in me, and it is anger. So that anger may be that slow simmering boil, like you don't even know it's there. Then all of a sudden you're researching about chakras or ancestors or crystals or whatever, and it just comes boiling out of you. Or maybe you start snapping at people that you love, or maybe you're feeling the effects of that anger in your body. It may be kind of a quick boil too for you. You may get kind of flashes of anger around your spiritual life, or maybe you might even make the connection right now that some anger you feel randomly, seemingly randomly, is actually related to this spiritual journey about feeling really, really stuck. So let's talk about how to get unstuck. The first thing we have to do, of course, is address and transform and transmute that fear. That fear or the that stuck feeling. The fear can kind of cause that stuck feeling and can also emerge into anger. And so when we can address that fear, we can start to shift that energy. We can start to get unstuck. How do we address that fear? Of course, my number one way, you all know this. My number one way is by developing your intuition, learning to trust intuition. But I know so many people have been told that their hearts will deceive them. And because their hearts can deceive them, they actually can't trust their intuition. They can't trust their heart. So we really want to flip that on its head. And we want to learn how to trust our intuition, which is a God-given thing that all humans have. And when we can learn to trust our intuition, that's when the world really starts to open up. And the way that I encourage people, kind of the order I encourage people to go in, is to really work on that intuitive skill first, on getting to trust the intuition. Then we start to learn about energy. Then we can start to learn about chakras. Then we can reach out into the spirit world with spirit guides, with angels, with all sorts of other things. But we have to get that intuition and kind of energy 101 locked into place. Because if we don't have those, you can study chakras all you want, but if you're not trusting your intuition, you're not going to actually trust that you're doing it, right? You can explore angels, you can explore dreams all you want, but if you don't trust your own intuition, if you don't trust your own ability to experience energy, you're never going to trust that those experiences are authentic. You're always going to be in fear. And then you're going to start that anger cycle all over. Now, the anger cycle can get really toxic because when we store that much anger inside of us, oh my gosh, we've all experienced this, right? It can have physical manifestations. It can have physical detriment to us. It can hurt our relationships. It hurts us. It hurts our relationship with ourselves. So, whatever we can do to start to trust our intuition and get out of that cycle is really, really beneficial. It's beneficial for our spiritual lives and enables us to move forward so we're not feeling so stuck all of the time. All right, so for those of you who feel like you have been in this pattern, you feel like you have been in kind of a stuck pattern or an anger pattern, um, maybe it's time to start to kind of um, move on your journey, shift into a new way so that you can get out of this pattern, start living your fullest metaphysical life ever that's possible. So, what I want to invite you to, and I put the link in the description, is to attend a training. I have a pilot program, and some of you may be great candidates for that. And the pilot program kind of gives you a starting place. It gives you a handle on intuition. It gives you a handle on energy. There's lots of other topics that we explore. The pilot program, this is the very, very, very last time I'm going to have it in its current iteration. I was actually going to conclude the pilot program in its current form and shift it into its final form in January. But then January 6th happened and like all this energy. And I was like, you know what? We need like the month of Valentine's Day, because hello, my name, the month of Valentine's Day to get this in its final form. So I wanted to extend it for a month. So that's what I'm doing. So if you're interested, if you want to get out of that anger cycle, want to get out of the one step forward, two steps back cycle, if you want to get really clear on how to embrace the metaphysical world and not lose Jesus, which is, super central for us, that those can not only can they go together, they intrinsically go together. If this sounds like you and this is the phase that you are in your spiritual journey, I invite you to attend a training. So it's going to be on two different dates in the near future. That training will, I'll tell you more about the program. We'll actually do some intuitive exercises. You can start to get in touch with your intuition. Even if you're like the pilot program, not for me, you can still attend because I'll give you some intuition exercises. I'll talk more about it, then you can decide at that time, is this a good fit for you or not? So I would love to have you in the training. Let's get spiritually unstuck. The more of us that are unstuck, the more of us that are out there that are doing the energy work, that are doing the Jesus work, that are not spreading vortexes of anger and stuckness all over the globe, the better. Like then we're having the huge ripple effect on the planet, which is amazing. Can't wait for everyone to be part of that. All right, everyone, I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me via private message. You can leave a comment here, and I will talk to everyone really soon. All right, have a great rest of your day.